Spit your game.
TV. Rappers ain't the same, they change, it's so different. Uneducated and don't listen. Focus on the beat and nothing for us to vision. Nothing for us to vision. I'm just trying to put motion in my pictures. I'm just trying to put quotes in my scriptures. I just learned to take notes to get the digits. Love.
What up? It's your boy J30 the 30, Scholar VMG, BX all day. We here, Scholar VMG Studio, BX. You already know what it is. SpitYaGameTv. I'll let you boy.
Cause I'm a big they said humble down, you're too cocky. I said I can't humble down, I'm in a hot seat. Can't stop this train until I'm in a drop seat. Went independent so they can't drop me.
Joint, you got a new video out called Cold Beast. Yeah, how was it like writing that?
Well, I don't really write. I write in the booth. Like I write in my mind.
Oh, on the spot.
When I go in the booth, I just really speak what's on my mind. I'm a frustrated writer. Like when I write, I find myself losing my ideas. You know what I mean? I'm coming up with so much stuff. Even like when I'm coming up with beats, I come up with my hook. So I like to jot my hooks down right away. I don't like to wait because I might miss an ill line I said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's for every artist is not the same. You know what I mean? I just found myself, you know, over the course of years recording like that. Really, it's just better and faster for me. And plus, when you own your own studio or you have your own equipment, you know, accessible, you know, there for you, you know, you put the work in like that.
Right, it comes out faster. Right. So how long have you been doing it like that, or have you always done it like that?
Now when I was younger, I used to write heavy because I was more like a battle, not a battle rapper, but like coming up in the Bronx and in the era I came from, you had to have like your rhymes ready. Like I was in ciphers for hours. Like it was points where we was coming out with the stash, like the old rhymes, like, you know what I mean? So if you didn't keep up, then that's where you lost. You didn't really lose with like the super ill wordplay. Now it's like you say one line, cats is like, ooh, you know, and then you lose. Kind of like, that's how I feel.
So you had to always be on top, always writing.
Yeah, you had to. I was just a beast with it. Like everything I was doing, I was just an animal. Like I always wanted to say ill, catchy stuff, but I wasn't really like a metaphor so much, like kind of a rapper. I was just an animal, really, like just trying to say, you know, fly shit. You know, it was really my flow that I always wanted to master. You know what I mean? Coming up, because with making my beats, I have a thing with timing and cadence to a record. So I always wanted to make sure like the flow was right. You know what I mean?
Okay. So what would you say is like your dopest flow that you got right now?
I don't really have a flow. I just have different flows. Like coming up, I always listen to artists. I was always listening to, you know, old sounds, old tunes. I was a sample kind of a person, so I always listened to a lot of old school records. And I feel like there is no structure of music. Like I don't feel like us as artists today, like a lot of artists is getting it messed up. They coming out now hearing these new Meek Millie kind of beats, and which is cool, but trap is not, you know, to me is not hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop is instruments. Hip hop is a DJ. Hip hop is breaking and dancing. Hip hop is, you know what I mean? Like the essence. You know what I mean? You could create anything creative is just hip hop, I feel. But when you watching somebody else's whole style and flow, I just feel like that's, you know, you just copying. You know, it's not being you. You're not being original. I always wanted to find myself. I feel like that's what took me so long to come out with my music. Like I got 11 albums right now worth of material, and I just haven't been putting out music because I feel like I am not ready. And not that my sound is not ready and I'm not ready. As an artist, I'm fully prepared. I just feel like my sound, I want my sound to be ready and right when I come out. And that's what a lot of artists, they're not ready. They're just coming out, they putting their little mixtapes together. You know, it's cool to get heard and all that, but if you're gonna put out, you know, some projects, let it be like a real body of work. You know, some structure to it, not just some beats from SoundClick and, you know, my homies' beats. You know, and you just did some fire joints. That's not, to me, that's not a record. I'm about making a record, not a joint.
So how long does it usually take you to put together a beat?
It just depends, really, my vibe, you know. Sometimes it can take me 5 minutes. to just get like a, you know, a template down.
Yeah.
And then I might go back to it. But it just depends on my vibe. Sometimes I might, like, people get writer's block, I get beat block sometimes. So it might take me an hour or two. I might have to chill, you know, for a second, go record a record and then come back to it. But most of the time, like maybe 20 minutes, half an hour.
Which one do you enjoy more? Rapping or beat making?
I love rapping, like, as a sport, I feel like now. And the reason why I say that, because I'm not, like, my passion is more into making a record, and R&B right now is like a straight go-to, not only for R&B artists, but for rappers, you know what I mean? R&B and rap is like the sound right now too. So, and I've always been doing that. That's always been my thing since back in the days. I used to have a team called Limbo Squad. I used to live in Parkchester for a little while, a few years ago in the Bronx. And I was in the team. I used to make beats on the tables, like in high school back in the days, and I always had harmony. Like I used to just make rhythms and harmonize, you know, my vocals and just make beats like that. So, you know, that's how I used to always, you know, find my hooks. You know, I was just making the beat. As I'm making the beat, I'm listening to the melodies, and I'm just, you know, coming up with stuff so fast.
You got a new video out with Mala Reigns, the All On It. How'd y'all end up shooting that?
Well, we just created the record in the studio. Mala came up with the hook. After I made the beat, we was just vibing, and we was like, we gotta give the people something right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, not only just a visual for this video, but I feel like when you give music videos, it has to be a little tasty when you know what I'm saying, when you're giving a record like that. So we wanted to just give something real vintage, a vintage look. It was at a real dope setting. We rented a dope hotel for the spot. It was all vintage, even the clothes. We just try to make it as vintage as possible. It was a good look.
No, you had a scene where y'all was together, you and Mala. So about how was it shooting that scene?
When you're shooting videos and just like movies, you just have to be professional and you have to make it look, you know, really good and really real as possible. And I think that's what's all about, you know, making a video like that look epic. You know, if you don't give something for people to watch, it's like, you know.
Right.
What's the point?
Because that's what I was thinking when I
seen the video. You gonna go in, you gotta go full throttle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't cheat yourself. You gotta treat yourself. You know. So that's how I looked at it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So what other new videos do you have out right now?
I just dropped. I dropped Cold Beast. I just dropped a record called That Life.
I'm about that life. They about that life.
Which is on VMG.com as well. I directed it as well and edited it. We just been dropping a lot of records. I got another record getting ready to drop called What's the Reason. That joint is going to be real fire, real hip hop. Everything that I'm really trying to drop the next, like this quarter, is just real like hip hop. Like Cold Beast was real hip hop. As far as the production and the lyrical content, you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of artists from the Bronx, not all, but like new and some artists from New York, they feel like they're not keeping with the New York like sound. They using a lot of down south sound, and you know, I'm from the Bronx. Like I come from that era where we heard that boom bap, you know what I mean? That Joe Crack, you know what I mean? Like that type of hip hop, like at my time anyway. So I'm just trying to make that sound again, you know, for New York.
Right, bring it back.
Yeah.
Oh, you had the video out with Kanye. That
was
how did that end up surfacing?
That was a long story. Like 12 years ago, that was about 13 years ago, 2013. I was at a XXL photo shoot for like the freshmen, like they do the freshman cover joints. Yeah. So they had DJ Envy, DJ. It was like a couple of DJs. They had Jen there. He's a battle rapper as well. Kanye just actually, he wasn't even really supposed to be on the cover. He was just there, like he came through. They just threw him in there, I guess, last moment. It was just when he first got signed to The Rock. He just got his rock chain. So it was crazy. I was already playing beats. We was taking like a break or whatever, and I was playing beats, and we was just in a cypher. And it was just one beat we was just going crazy off of. He was just like, yo, bring that back, like 7 times. We was just going in for like a half an hour. And the tape had got lost, really. And a friend of mine found it, and, you know, it went viral. It went viral all over. So, you know, it was a good look for me because the beats was mine and, you know, the situation was mine. You know what I'm saying? It was me and my brother. My brother was the film man behind everything. So, you know, at the end of the day, I just know, like, I'm a hard worker, and my stuff is always gonna come to light. So
So now in that cypher, who you feel did the best?
100 with you, I really keep it 100. I'm not even gonna say I came off the most, because on the footage you only got 6 minutes of spitting. We was spitting for like a half an hour. We was spitting our rhymes, like joints we had. By that time we was already just spitting. Ye was spitting joints that I already heard too. Like I was spitting his stuff like behind in the cut. Like I already knew these joints from Beanie Siegel joints that he had features on already. So I was spitting freestyle and all new stuff. So, you know, really I was more excited about him spitting over my beats, really, and having Jen and everybody there. Like it was a good look for me regardless. I was just more excited about that, really.
Okay. So now to say how you wanted, you had the girl and stuff in the video. How'd you come about that concept of video?
Well, the way the record went, it was like a dude and a female that just always like knew each other from the same hood and from the same area, but just like never clicked before. Like they always probably saw each other passing by, and they just never linked up. So I wanted to make the video actually like that, like how that, I forgot the name of the record, but that Jay-Z video that he had with Shorty in the elevator, and they was looking at each other going down in the elevator, and they left buildings or whatever. I just wanted to do kind of like something like that. So we hit up my homie That Splash, homie Gio over there at thatsplash.com, and we just, you know, we asked for a couple models that he had available, and Shorty was available, and we just knocked out the video. We actually look out for that. Go get that record. We got a joint called Party Like Us that dropped over the summer. It's on iTunes, off of our label via Adventures Music, which is my homie Chris Gotti's distribution company. So we just working. We just putting out joints. That's the wave right now. From now to forever, we just putting out joints and projects. You know, we looking for artists. We're looking for producers. We're looking for videographers. We working. We're building a brand, not just an empire, you know?
So now Party Like Us, is that like a regular thing y'all do? Like,
yeah, we turn up. We party. Whether it's in the studio, the club, like we just want to go out and have a good time, really. It ain't really about spending money. Like partying like us don't always gotta be about, you know, turning up. When we say turn up, let's go. Like me personally, I don't go to the strip clubs and turn up and be, you know, tip drilling and all that. That's not really like my thing, but I like to go have a good time, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Doesn't mean you can't go to the club and spend a couple of dollars and have a good time, you know? A lot of dudes is spending, you know, racks in the club, and artists are spending racks in the club for bottles for their homies and all of that, when they could be, you know, putting that elsewhere into distribution and putting their music out, shooting the right visuals, you know. These cats are spitting bars, but they putting out stuff and, you know, not even putting it out the right way. They don't even got ASCAP and BMI. They don't even know nothing about that. Like, you could ask a lot of artists, they don't even, they be like, huh? Nah, I ain't even got that yet, fam. I'm just in the studio, I'm getting it right now. Like, it's goody. Like, you know, and that's where I feel like that's where I, you know, grew up, you know what I mean? Because it was a lot of that in my early stage. If I was more on my business, you know, I would be probably a little further, but everything happens for a reason. I'm glad that, you know, I took the steps that I took, you know. It just made me who I am today.
So for me, it's like I put that pressure on myself. Like I gotta have flow, I gotta have bars, I gotta have metaphors in every single record. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be saying, so I gotta make sense, I gotta tie together. Like I can't just put out whatever blah 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 because it sounds cool. It gotta sound cool and it makes sense too. So maybe that is like a, what's it called? Like a self-conscious thing, like a subconscious thing.
Yeah,